Welcome back to Q for Review, where we queue it, play it, and accidentally challenge 5 dudes to a standoff, miss the first parry, and die looking extremely cinematic. Today, we're diving into Ghost of Tsushima, a game that lets you live out the samurai fantasy you've been low-key daydreaming about since that one history class in high school. Except now, there's particle effects, blood spray, and wind that knows where you're going better than you do. This is one of those games that doesn't just try to be cinematic, it lives there. Like, fully unpacks and pays rent in that space. It's stylish, moody, and it's weirdly meditative. Even when you're dismembering someone mid-horse charge. And I played it in color. The Kurosawa filter is cool and all, but Tsushima is just too damn pretty to desaturate. If I'm cutting down Mongols in slow motion, I want the golden trees, the crimson sunsets, the blue skies, you know, all the good stuff. So you play as Jin Sakai. He's a noble samurai caught in the middle of a Mongol invasion on his home island of Tsushima. And like any good protagonist, Jin's life falls apart in Act 1, and he spends the rest of the game rebuilding both himself and his concept of honor, usually with the help of a really sharp blade and a growing pile of bodies. The story's got layers, but it plays them pretty straight. You've got themes like tradition versus survival, honor versus pragmatism. Nothing super revolutionary, but it's delivered with confidence. Think of it like a very polished samurai flick stretched into an open world format. It doesn't hit every emotional beat as hard as it wants to, but when it does land, it hits clean. The characters are a mixed bag. Some, like Lady Masako or Sensei Ishikawa, bring genuine emotion and gravitas. Others kind of just pop in, moan about the Mongols, and vanish. Jin himself is a bit of a stoic sponge at first, but his evolution throughout the story is actually handled pretty well. He goes from honorable soldier to mass legend, and it never feels forced. Now, to talk about the fun part, the combat, this is where Ghost of Tsushima really shines. The swordplay feels tight, weighty, and intentional. You're not just swinging wildly, you're reacting. You're reading stances, timing parries, dodging arrows, and hitting perfect counters that explode into bursts of gore and wind-blown petals. It's like an action movie choreographed by a monk with rage issues. You unlock different stances for different enemy types, shields, spears, brutes, etc. And switching between them mid-fight turns every encounter into a kind of tactical rhythm game with swords and screaming. It feels great and it never gets old. Then there are the duels, those cinematic one-on-one showdowns that strip the UI, add slow motion, and drop you into a battle that feels straight out of a samurai film. They're not just cool, they're respectful. You bow, you wait, and then you fight to the death. No chaos, no spam, just clean, focused combat. Every game should have a version of this. And can we talk about the wind mechanic for a second? Instead of clogging the screen with the mini-map of glowing trails, you swipe up on the touchpad and the wind literally guides you. It's subtle, immersive, and one of the smartest open world navigation tools that I've seen. It makes everything feel organic and intentional. Okay, so visually this game is absurd. Tsushima Island is like a playable screensaver. Rolling hills, thunderous coastlines, fields of tall grass that react to every footstep, and lighting that makes you want to abandon your real life and live in this fictional feudal war zone. On PS5, the enhancements are instantly noticeable. Fast loads, stable frame rate, higher resolution. It just looks clean. One of those games where even the filler side quests feel elevated because the world around them is so polished. The music and sound design match the visuals perfectly. You've got this traditional Japanese score mixed with ambient nature sounds that lull you into zen before something tries to gut you from the bushes. And the voice acting, really strong across the board. I played in Japanese with English subs, and it made everything feel more grounded, more respectful. It was like the game wasn't just borrowing from Japanese culture, it was trying to honor it. If there's one place where the game plays it safe, it's the structure. It's a very classic open world formula. You explore, liberate camps, follow foxes, do side quests, repeat. But here's the thing, it doesn't feel like busy work because everything is wrapped in that beautiful presentation. You're not just collecting stuff just to check boxes. You're doing it because a golden bird showed up and guilt tripped you into seeing what's over the next hill. The side content varies in quality, but when it hits, it really hits. The mythic tales in particular, those are the standout side quests. They're stylized, dramatic, and give you unique rewards. Honestly, they should have made the whole game like that. Alright, now for the score, Ghost of Tsushima gets an 87. Ghost of Tsushima is one of those games that just understands what it wants to be. It's not trying to change the open world genre. It takes familiar mechanics and makes them feel fresh again by packaging them in a world that feels alive, respectful, and honestly just cool as hell. If you've ever wanted to feel like a badass wandering warrior with a tragic past, perfect hair, and a vendetta, that's basically this game in a nutshell. Could the story be deeper? Yeah. Could the stealth and side missions be a little more dynamic? Definitely. But does any of that really matter when you're pulling off a 5-man standoff in the middle of a thunderstorm with your cape blowing in the wind? Not really. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and check out the full written review at qforreview.com. And as always, cue it, play it, slay it. Thanks everybody. Peace.